Peace, people. How are you? I wanted to go over a little bit of the book that have been sent to us, and it is a guidance. What is meant by it is a guidance in all of the existence of all of the things that affect our lives and going forward and being prosperous people. We have to come to this book, Quran al Kareem, because it is the only book that is in its still form, sent by the one who knows all of the doings of man and the plotting and planning of the devil, Satan, while he is amongst us, and to help us to do the deeds that are pleasing. Start with back in Surah Thunder, Surah Rod, and sentence number 29. Those who believe and work righteous deeds, blessed be for them and a beautiful place of return. From that which we have come, he has sent us, put us into the seeds of our mother's wombs, and to him is our return. We have judgment day, everybody knows that. So that is the starting of the return. Thus we have sent you to a nation before whom many others have passed away, that you may recite to them what we have revealed to you. And they, the disbelievers in the compassionate God, say, He is my Lord. There is no God but He. In Him I put my trust, and to Him I turn. Starting off with that would be the blessedness for those who work righteous deeds and believe. That is first and foremost in La ilaha illallah. There is no God but God. And then you get the blessings of all of the work that you want to do good. And then you have a blessed place, a beautiful place of return. And there is trust that you want to put when you're having any type of time, good, bad, difficult times. It is tawakkul, trust in the Lord who has sent you. He knows what lies before you. And as He has pulled you out of many hardships and difficulties before, you trust that you turn to Him, and you trust that He will pull you out of this one and that one. So that is the beauty, that you have such a might lying ahead of you that you trust on. Had it not been for a Quran to cause the mountains to move, or the earth to be torn asunder, or the dead to speak, nay, but Allah is the whole command. Did not the believers know that if Allah had willed, He would have guided men altogether? As for the disbelievers, disasters because of what they do will not cease to afflict them, or to dwell near their homes until Allah's promise is fulfilled. Allah will not fail in His promise. Many things are said in that one ayah, number 31 of Surah Thunder, that if Allah had willed, that the mountains will crush or move just because of this Quran. It is the words of Allah, the maker of the mountains and the heavens and the earth, and the earth to be torn asunder, or the dead to speak. That is not a word that is used for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our Lord, who has created us, difficulty. He just says to a thing, be, and it is. And many messengers, and it is reported, who have, by the permission of the one who created them, that they call back people from the dead to speak and cure the blind, the leopard, cause a bird to fly, play with the moon with their fingers, and it's reported from one part of the area to the next part of the area. Um, so the messengers come and they perform these miracles, like touching the sea with a stick and it parts, and the nations are able to go through there as Moses has done by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you may know that they are a messenger sent to you, are to be followed. And if he wanted to guide all mankind, that's what he would have done. So that does not mean just because you're not guided that he doesn't will that for you. Sometimes he allows you to live because you have free will to live as you will. At the same time, he assigns some people to be messengers, maybe in families, friends, or just people, and some will intercede for one single person. One will intercede. Intercede means that on Judgment Day or so, the person may be in problems, in trouble, or something else like that. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through his infinite mercy, has given certain people jobs on the earth. And then they, through those works that they have done, he will give them many blessings that they will be able to intercede for those persons who are in trouble, going into the hellfire or something else like that. And that person will intercede for a person, people, a tribe, a nation, even a whole nation, yes. So just because you have not accepted Deen yet, the last and the final religion and the true one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent as the followers of Abraham, following his great-great-grandson, the Prophet Muhammad, and all of those prophets that have come before, does not mean that this is not yours. Truly it is. If you are, human, you are made from him, if you want to be right. So accept, and it is ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu means I bear witness that there is no God but God, and the Prophet Muhammad is the messenger of God, and that you're in direct connections with your Lord, and he sits amongst, the angel sits amongst him or around him, because he has a majesty that does not befit him. So putting him into a space is a difficult thing. So a majesty that befits him, he listens to all things. And when a person says, I bear witness that there's no God but God, then he says, truly, this person whom he created, this servant, this slave who he has created, has come back to him. So we say that often. And then you have a direct connection with your one Allah who has created you. As for the disbelievers, disasters because of what they do will not cease to afflict them. They think they get away with things. People who do crimes amongst humanity and amongst people, and disbelieve and try to guide people away from his way of life, but they don't get away. To dwell near the home, Allah's promise is fulfilled, and Allah will not fail in his promise. Surely many messengers were mocked before you, but though I bore long with the disbelievers, at last I seized them, and how awful was my punishment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaking, he says, my punishment, and how awful it was. So ultimately he's going to seize them. Let us not be amongst those. Is then he who watches over every soul, and it acquires, and yet they ascribe partners to Allah. Say, name them. Name those partners. Or are you informing him of what he does not know on the earth? Or is it just a show of words? This making of people saying that they are partners, sons of God, and putting them in a position next to God. Impossible. And they are kept away from the right path. There is no guide for those whom Allah leaves astray. So hopefully we can start back, and the likeness of the garden which is promised for the righteous, rivers flow beneath their feet. Remember we went over the palaces of bricks and silver. He is the key to us. So inshallah we work righteousness to receive those rewards for eternity that lie right after this life, which is very short, 40, 50, 60 years. A person's life is over. So we look to start back soon again and keeping close to the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. SubhanAllah.